Hey beautiful people, I am finally back in Houston. I actually filmed a couple vlogs before this, but I am not going to upload that footage because it just ended up not turning out good. But I have been gone for an entire month. I was on the East Coast visiting family, little mini vacation in Orlando. So first I went to Atlanta. I actually went a week earlier than I intended to go because Houston experienced like straight winds and an actual tornado like on the outskirts of Houston. And it was bad. It was so bad that almost 1 million plus people were without power for a couple of days, like some areas more than 6 days. So it was just really bad. I ended up just switching my flight to come a week earlier to Atlanta. And I'm just very thankful and grateful that I had the opportunity to even be able to do that. The down part about that is there was a lot that I was supposed to do here and film prior to that. And it made it sad too because like right before that storm or tornado happened, I actually went grocery shopping. I had like perishable items that got ruined because the power was off. Then the water turned off in between the power being off and stuff. So my heart goes out to the people who actually had like some damaging things happen to their homes or anything that they may have lost during that storm. But yeah, so I technically escaped, and when I escaped, y'all, my plant died. So I'm a plant mom of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plants. I have these snake plants that are behind my sofa. I'm not really sure if I want to keep these here or not, but they'll do for right now. The snake plants are pretty resilient, especially because they can kind of like survive in low light. But what I did when I left was kind of leave some of the windows slightly cracked open just to, you know, have a little peek of sunlight through. And I did water these before I left because I knew that I was going to be away for a while, and they're resilient in the sense of you really can water these maybe every 2 weeks and they'll be fine. In this case, I was gone for a month. Only one of the leaves kind of browned and like died, but other than that, very green, very healthy. Now on the other side, I call this little area my little jungle. I was so sad because my peace lily died. My mom says because there's a few like green pieces, it could possibly come back, but I don't know, y'all. I might just buy another one because peace lilies are not really that expensive for real. So I'll just have a Peace 2.0 because I named my peace lily Peace. This is my ZZ plant. I named her Zuri. She's resilient. She lasted for a good minute. And then I have my bonsai tree. I forgot what I named my bonsai tree, y'all. Bear with me. This is Zen, the Patura money tree. I love a Patura money tree. If you guys have been following me for a while, I had one of these in college. This one is more of like a more mature, taller version. And I always love these because they have like that braided stem. And in Chinese feng shui, they are good for increasing your finances and, you know, just having financial abundance. So we love that, okay? And then behind, I have a yucca plant, very tall. I need to prune a few of those leaves. Those kind of died when I was gone. But again, these plants right here, they're considered more so like tropical plants. And they're resilient. They pretty much lasted an entire month because I was gone for a month, y'all. And what I did, like I said, I watered everything before I left. And these can also go every 2 weeks without watering. So, or go every 2 weeks with watering. So I watered them really good before I left and they were fine. The Patura money tree had one leaf that fell off, but that was it. But this, it's so sad. Like it just, peace lilies are very dramatic. My mom has like 2 or 3 at home in Atlanta, and you have to water them like every 2 or 3 days. They're very dramatic. They'll tell you when they want some water, so that's the funny part. But I'm pretty sure I'm just probably going to buy another one. But today I'm going to go grocery shop and reset because I have been home for a day and a half now, and I need to just reset my kitchen, get my mind together, get back into my routine. I'm so happy to be back. And I actually purchased some planters right before I left. Let me show you guys those. So right before I left, I actually went to At Home to purchase some actual planters for the plants because they just, no, some actual pots for the plants because they came in its, you know, standard planter that they come in. And I want to make sure I got the correct type that have like the drainage holes at the bottom, and just repot them so they can have some, you know, room to grow. So let me pop this out so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Make sure to get neutral pots, of course, so it can match with my living room theme. But these are the smaller pots. This is going to be for the ZZ plant, the money tree, the bonsai tree, and the snake plants, because the peace lily I'm going to put in a bigger pot. All right, finally, this is how it's supposed to look with the little draining pot. And I love the texture on these. It's so cute. They were having a sale. These were like only $3.99 for this pot, but I feel like this is definitely enough room for my ZZ plants, or the plants that are going to go in here, to grow, because their planters are a little bit smaller than this. So what I'm going to do before I go grocery shopping is go to Lowe's and get some potting soil. I'm going to get some indoor potting soil for the peace lily and the snake plant, and then get tropical potting soil for my tropical plants, and just, you know, give them a new home. Because they've been in those planters for a month now. Like, I got these back in, I want to say late March or April, like around the first week of spring. So I want to go ahead and give them a new home so they can thrive. A lot of these plants don't have to be repotted, but like every 2 years. Like, I know for the money tree, if I repot it now, I won't have to redo it until like another 2 years. So these two are for the peace lily and my yucca plant, because that plant is huge. It's like a mini tree. So yeah, it's gonna, so now I'm just going to head to the grocery store. Let me show you guys what I'm wearing. I always love wearing like athleisure wear when I go run errands. I'm just wearing my Fabletics little jumpsuit. It is so fitting. I love that for me, and it's hot. So I'm just wearing me some like slides, and I love bringing a fanny pack with me because it's just easier to walk around instead of having a purse, instead of like a crossbody. I don't know, sometimes it just feels like it's in the way, which is crazy because this is technically in the way, but I just like this because it's simple. And I'm also going to be doing my hair tomorrow because, you know, typical putting your hair back in a slick back bun when that cute style is pretty much done. It's got to go in a bun. So we're gonna reset my hair. I'm probably gonna make like a maintenance vlog or like a maintenance day video to show you guys how I'm gonna redo my nails, because one of my nails is like cracked. I don't know if y'all can see this. Yeah, it's time for me to redo these. But I've been doing press on nails for the past 2 years, and I've saved so much money doing so that I'm gonna show you guys my technique. And just, you know, doing eyebrow maintenance because my brows need to be done, and then just resetting my hair. It's time for me to give myself a trim. I haven't had a trim since February, and there's a few split ends, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna redo that, do my typical wash and go for the styling portion, but also deep conditioning and doing a Aztec clay mask to reset it. So stay tuned for that video. But let's head to the grocery store and also get my planning supplies. Now, despite my peace lily passing away, I would consider myself having a green thumb. So I'm over here looking at the potting mixes. This is pretty much the stuff I looked up online. But I wanted to say indoor potting mix. Like, there was literally one that said indoor. And I don't see one that says for tropical. Another thing is, I went inside and I did not see any peace lilies. So I might go to Home Depot. Because, like, I don't need this much. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to Home Depot. Y'all, these are perfect size to replace my current peace lily. Trying to find one that looks pretty decent. I can always prune this out. And it's $25, not too bad. It's about the same size like I said, so I'm gonna go with this. Okay, this is what I was talking about. This literally says indoor planting or plotting soil. I said potting soil. So different kinds. But this one is the one I definitely need. It's the tropical version. I feel like I might need 2 of these. Looks like Home Depot had everything I needed. So I'm going to go with these and head to the grocery store. You guys, I don't know what I would do if I did not have my Cami Sports wagon, because the amount of stuff that I bought, I personally like to shop for 2 weeks worth of groceries. I just grew up like that. My mom used to do this all the time. It just makes sense, and it's budget friendly to me, because the way that I grocery shop is I pretty much make a 2-week list. And technically when I say 2 weeks, it's not truly a full 2 weeks. It's more so like 2 work weeks. So Monday through Friday like that. I pretty much write out the recipes that I want to cook or try, and then I list out what I need as far as ingredients, and then I pretty much shop like that. So before I left, I kind of did like a little inventory. Like I said, I had a lot of perishable things that I had to get rid of when I did leave, when the power went out. But I had a bunch of non-perishable things, so like pastas, rices, any of those were totally fine. So I have a lot of produce. I am really big on just trying to eat whole foods. So I'm just going to unpackage, or not unbox, because none of these are boxed. Just gonna put the groceries up and then wash and soak my produce, and then we'll move on to replanting my plants. You guys, I'm so glad I ended up purchasing a new peace lily, because this one is slightly bigger and more mature than the one that I did have. So I'm really happy I did that, and it actually came in its own pot, so you're not gonna see me repot that. I think the pot that it already came in was pretty good size. It should be fine for a year. So I'm going to start off by repotting my bonsai tree. And I did lay down some trash bags just to make it easier for me to clean up, because all I have to do will, you know, like basically just roll it up and take it to the garbage. Like, it's really easy to clean. Didn't get too messy until I got to the last plant, which you'll see later. So I just take the new pot and I kind of make sure I loosen up the soil in the planter and just pull it out. And I'm going to loosen up the soil that is around the roots. Now I'm going to take a little bit of the old soil and make sure I have that at the bottom of the new pot when I'm planting, and the new soil will kind of be like on the top layer. So you want to kind of loosen up the roots. Now, one trick that I've seen is you put it back in the planter and you're going to put it in the middle of the new pot that you're going to be planting your plant back in. Make sure you get a shovel. I should have got me a small shovel. I'm just using a cup, and I'm taking that new soil and I am adding that around the area of the planter, and that'll pretty much kind of tell you how much new soil to put in. So basically that planter being in the middle kind of acts as like a hole placement for you to put the new plant in, and all the new soil will be surrounded by the roots. But yeah, just making sure I put all the new soil around, and then you're going to see me take the plant out of the planter. And mind you, I am using the indoor potting mix for this. So the tropical soil I didn't use until I used or replanted the Zen money tree and the ZZ plant and also the yucca plant. So for the peace lily, the snake plant, and the bonsai tree, I used indoor potting soil. So you see where I took the plant back out of the planter, and it just makes it super easy to just pack around. Don't pack it too tight because you want to make sure the soil is still aerated, and then just kind of fill up, not too much, just fill up a little bit more of the soil around the top. And because this is a bonsai tree, you kind of want some of that roots to be somewhat exposed. That's just kind of what makes it a cute bonsai tree. But just enough to make sure that the roots are covered and actually in that soil. So I just kind of pat lightly around. Like I said, don't pack it too tight, and then put it back on top of the drainage part of the pot, and then just water it. I am watering with distilled water. Let me tell you guys this tip. If you live somewhere that has like hard water from like the tap water, you're gonna see like a white film of settlement around your plants, and that will eventually kill your plants because there's like so many freaking minerals and stuff in that water. So I just water my plants with distilled water, or you can use like purified water bottles if you want to, but distilled water because it comes in like the large jugs. So again, I'm doing the exact same thing to my snake plants, and these are going in those white textured pots that I have. So right here, you'll just see me loosening up that soil again and making sure you leave some of the old soil in mixed with the new soil. I feel like if you don't do that, I've seen videos where they say if you put it all in just new soil completely, you kind of like shock the plant a little bit. So yeah, the roots look really good on this. I got these snake plants when they were really, really small baby size. So they have grown a lot, and I'm so proud of myself. Snake plants are really hard to kill. So if you are wanting to be a new plant mom or a plant dad, make sure that you get a snake plant. They're really good for air purifying as well. And they're just hard to kill. Like if you don't have a super green thumb, these plants are so resilient. You literally can water these once every 2 weeks, so literally twice a month, honestly, and you will be fine, and just watch it grow. It doesn't even have to be in high lit areas. Mine is kind of like it's in a very good sunlight spot, but it doesn't always get like the shiniest sunlight because I don't always have that set of blinds open all the time, but it does really well. So I'm doing the same thing here, just putting the new soil around, and then I'm going to take it back out that planter and place it in the middle where that gap is. Fill it up a little bit more, water it, and set it where it needs to be. Now moving on to repotting the ZZ plant. I thought this was originally going to be able to fit in the white planter that I got for it, but I felt like this ended up being slightly the same size as this planter, so I ended up putting it in one of the black larger pots. And I actually underestimated how much the roots had grown out on this one too, so I realized that this was definitely too small to put this in. And I did not realize these big bulbs that they had as roots. Very interesting. It kind of like startled me a little bit. I was thinking like, oh my god, are these like spider eggs or something? Like, I was really scared. for a second. I had to like just chill out and then make sure I switch over to the tropical plotting. Why am I saying plotting? It's potting, Kayla. Tropical potting soil. And I put it in the larger black pot that I had and did the exact same thing. It kind of got a little messy at this point because the larger the plant, the more of the soil that started to get spread around. But it's okay. It wasn't like too messy until I got to that yucca plant where it like actually slipped the bag back a little bit, which you'll see in a moment. But like I said, it was still best for me to have these trash bags down because I was not doing this outdoors and I didn't want to do it on my balcony for safety purposes. But when it came to repotting this yucca plant, I realized that the planter on this was also borderline the same size as the pot that I purchased for it. But I think it'll be okay for a couple months, maybe a year. And this was really hard to get out of the original planter that came in. I kind of underestimated how much the roots had grown on this as well. And as you can see, it's borderline to the very top. And I put this directly in because I just wanted to see if it could fit and stuff. And I did remove some of the roots, just a little bit. But I didn't even really like pretty much add too much soil to this. I just added like a slight top layer. Hopefully this survives this way. As you can see, a lot of mess was made. But yeah, this is how it ended up looking. And honestly, I could have put it in the pot that I had on the plant stand, which is a slightly deeper than this, which probably would have worked, but I just decided to put it back in this pot. Alrighty, here are my new repotted babies. Look at all that green, my little mini jungle. This one, like I said, already came in its own pot, and I actually like the pot that it's in because it actually gives it a little bit more height to the point where it's actually overpowering all the other plants. So I don't know if I like this setup necessarily, but I'm gonna see for like the next 2 weeks to see how it does, especially with the ZZ plant. It's getting enough sunlight obviously in this corner, but I just feel like the peace lily is blocking the ZZ plant just a little bit. But other than that, I am very happy to have them all repotted, including this yucca plant back here. In the next few months, I'm going to see if I like it in this pot, because honestly, these two wicker plant stands actually came with its own like little pot. I don't know if you can see like that rim right there, that's like a pot in itself. I might actually just drill holes in that and replant that in there because it's a little bit deeper, and I feel like I kind of underestimated the roots or the size of this yucca plant, and I feel like the plant or the pot that I put it in is pretty much the same size as the planter. So we'll see. It hasn't really like browned out or anything, so looks healthy to me. And then my other babies over here, they are thriving. I just have a little water, I need to wipe that up. But I do like these pots and how they have like the proper drainage, because now I can just water them or bottom water them if I want to. Just make sure it's dry and then put it back on there so it doesn't leave that wet stain like I did right there. But my snake plants. Now I am about to get ready to do my hair because this bun is just a mess. My hair is so dry, y'all. I had it in boho braids when I went to Disney, and my hair is just dried out. I did get in the pool, but I didn't really like submerge my hair underwater or anything. But yeah, I'm going to make a separate video on that because it's going to be a little bit more in-depth. I'm about to do a clay mask to reset my curls and give my curls a little trim. So yeah, I'm going to wash my hair and then check back in for dinner. And I actually got a package just right there that I sent to myself when I was in Atlanta. I actually went record shopping at a vinyl shop downtown at Little 5 Points. Well, that's not downtown, that's like, it's downtown. I don't know if that's like considered midtown or not, but it's called Little 5 Points in Atlanta, and it's a vinyl shop. I got 3 little vinyls, so I'm going to hook that up on my record player and show y'all that. But yeah, let's get to this hair. Y'all, I just had me some good curry, washed and deep conditioned my hair, which I filmed in a separate video, and I gave myself a trim. I did it using these. All right, y'all, my hair is looking amazing. I ate me some really good curry and shrimp. I am ready to show you guys my vinyl collection and also my little record player in a second, but I just want to show y'all, like, my hair looks amazing. Now, I did film this separately, like I told y'all, because I'm doing like an affordable beauty maintenance vlog slash video, and I'm gonna show you the product combo that I used for this wash and go. But the main thing is the trim looks amazing. Okay, so I use this new technique. It's not really like a new technique, it's just named the ponytail technique by Mains by Mel on YouTube. She's amazing. I love her techniques on curly hair. She also does it for like people that have wavy hair, but this is not the unicorn method, which technically could be deemed as a ponytail method because you're cutting your hair in a ponytail style. But with this technique, it's like, it's really hard to mess up, because you guys know, if you've been following me for a minute, you know I'm pretty heavy-handed with my haircuts. But in this case, I went very, very light. I just have a headband on right now because I sat under the hooded dryer, which I've been loving more than my diffuser lately. It gets my roots fully dry. I don't have to go to bed with wet hair. But this trim, absolutely amazing. Now, I know it's not going to do justice for you guys to see the length with me wearing a black shirt, but let me see. Yeah. It looks amazing. My ends don't feel rough anymore. Like, that's how I know I needed a good trim. So I'm glad I did that. Kind of trimmed my layers in the front really good. But basically, the ponytail method allows you to control how much you're cutting off, but also give you that round shape. As you can see, I have not done any fluffing. This is just how it looks on its own. So yeah, very pleased with that. So stay tuned for the actual video of me showing you guys a demo on that. I might like make that separate, but we'll see. So let's get into my vinyl collection. All right, so this is like not really new for real because I actually sent this to myself, but these are some vinyls or records that I bought when I was in Atlanta. There's only 3. Like I said, I got this at a vinyl or record shop at Little 5 Points. They had really good prices. They also had like used or pre-loved records that you can purchase for, you know, discounted rates. I think I may have spent only $35 in total for these, but let me see. I think maybe 40 because one of these was like 20 by itself. Had to tell UPS that this was a fragile package. So the 3 vinyls that I got, the first one is The Police. I don't know about you guys, but I grew up on listening to The Police. Like, this is one of my favorite European bands. Shout out to my dad. He's the one who put me on. In fact, I had a PSP growing up, like around elementary, middle school, and I remember playing this one game called Guitar Hero. That's exactly what it was, Guitar Hero. And there was a specific song that I used to kill it at on that game, and it was called Message in a Bottle, and it's by The Police. And at the time I didn't know it was The Police, but then I remember like my dad was, you know, he always put me on game when it comes to music for me and my brother. So we're like music the sources. I could tell you any rap song, I could tell you the sample, all of that. But yes, I had to pick this up. This was their live tour recorded record. So this actually also says made in Germany, if you guys can see that. And this was $20. So I like this. It was limited edition DVD gold up. So we'll play that. I also have Stacy Lattisaw. This was the least expensive one. This was only $5. This is her 16th album. If you guys like watching TV1's Unsung, I remember watching her Unsung story. I love watching that. It gives you like all the background stories of R&B artists, rap artists, you name it, any particular black artists I should say. They give like the background story on how they came up, their downfall, all those things. So I just remember What is the song that Let Me Be Your Angel, which is actually not even on this album, but that's like the #1 song I remember by her. So I was like, let me get this. And then the best one that I have, this was $7. So yeah, that was actually like 30-something in total. Is the Gap band. Y'all know I am obsessed with like groovy R&B beats. I don't know if you guys have peeped, but whenever I do like my background music on my hair tutorials, it always has like kind of like a jazzy R&B hip-hop upbeat. But I love me some Charlie Wilson, especially when he collabs with rap artists. Let's just talk about how he adds a little flavor onto any song. Like Kanye West, Bound To, that used to be my song, y'all. Like, I just love Charlie Wilson. And this new song with Cash Coben and Don Toliver, and they got Charlie Wilson on there singing a few clips. Sounds amazing. But yeah, the Gap band. And yeah, I just love Charlie Wilson. That's really why I got this. But yeah, I know a few hits from the Gap band. And the one thing I love about my vinyl collections whenever I play it on my record player is the fact that you have to like flip the sides. Like, I don't know, it's just something about doing that. It's just very like a nostalgic feeling. So let me show you guys the actual record player itself. This is so cool. I purchased this on Amazon. At the time, it was like around Christmas time. So it was like that Christmas sale. I think it was like Cyber Monday. But the coolest thing about this is it looks like a suitcase. So it's very sleek, minimal. It has the built-in speakers. This is also Bluetooth. So when you open it, this is how it looks inside. Give you guys a closer look. I love this so much. It is just so cute. Like, it fits my room aesthetic really good, which is another reason why I got it in this specific color. But let me turn the brightness up, y'all. But before I put anything on it and show you how I play it, the other 3 vinyls that I have is the Best of Sam Cooke. I love Sam Cooke so much, and like for some reason every time I like hear his name, it makes me think of that Tyler Perry movie Daddy's Little Girl, when they had that car scene, the car crash scene, and they start playing Born by the River. Yeah, a classic. And Michael Jackson. Okay, you can never go wrong with Michael Jackson. First of all, Thriller. When I tell you this is one of those type of albums that you just press play, it's that good. There is no skips. So now that I showed you my collection, let me show you how it works. All right, so I decided to go with the Gap band to show y'all how I pretty much play it. I'm not gonna play too much because I don't want to get copyrighted, but this is side 1. Obviously this would be side 2, so you do have to like flip it to play songs from side 2. But on side 1, I just kind of undo this clip, and there's like this white piece that kind of like covers the needle. I always put this back on when I'm done playing it, but for the sake of this, I am going to take it off, obviously, because you can't play anything with the cap on. So I just for one, let me show you that you gotta turn it on. So this actually has a jack port if you want to play put headphones on, and like I said, it also is Bluetooth. But basically you just turn on this on button, and you want to make sure you turn it all the way up. And this also would be like your volume to control. And then what you want to do is, up here it's going to say line in, it's going to say BT or phono. I have no clue what that means, so please bear with me. I just simply turn it to the phono side, and then when I lift this up, you're going to see it start to spin. And then there's kind of like lines and grooves on the disc itself, which kind of just means which song it is. In this case, I'm just going to put it like right here. Alright, that was the end of one song, but if I want to lift it up and play another one, oops. I don't want to get copyrighted. So yeah, that is pretty much how I use my record player. It's so fun to collect them. And what I think I'm gonna do is make like a little folder or bin to put next to my reading chair, which sits like right over here in the corner of my room. Probably have like a bin to put some of my most listened to albums over here, and then the others I'll probably just put like in the living room in my TV stand. But yeah, I love this record player. I will list it in the link down below for you guys. I'm gonna get ready for bed and talk to you guys in my next video. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and like button, and let me know some other videos you guys want to see from me. Like, I'm actually really excited to share with you guys my affordable maintenance beauty vlog, because I need to get rid of these nails, and just how I maintain on a budget, okay? Because one thing about me, I like to see my dollars stay and grow in my accounts. I don't know about y'all, but I'm never gonna be that girl. I don't care how much money I gross. I am not about to pay for all this extra stuff if I don't need to. I'm very self-sufficient. I take pride in that. So you guys make sure you stay tuned for that video. I love you guys so much, and more vlogs to come. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.